My name is Tyler, aka Ty Illy, and I am an itty bitty little artist from Sydney. I am just a speck of dust on the internet. But thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching my little studio vlog. I hope you guys enjoy it. I try to do these once a month just to share my little art journey and all of these little baby progress steps I'm making on my way to becoming hopefully one day a full-time artist. That's the dream, that's the goal. But yeah, this month has been pretty quiet for me. Just little bits of market prep and little, I guess, market store updates. But yeah, otherwise it's been pretty quiet. But I hope you guys still enjoy the vibes. I do also have a little yap about the market experience I've had this year and I guess what I've learned from doing a couple of markets. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Otherwise, please enjoy the vlog. If you are interested in seeing more of my art, you can follow my Instagram. It is at Ty__illy. And if you're vibing with my content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you. I need a bit of, I guess, advice. Let me show you guys. I'm currently working on a new little set of products and I'm not like 100% sure what I want to like actually make. I'm kind of on the fence about a lot of things. So let me show you. It's based off of one of my Peachtober drawings, but this is the, I guess, remastered version. Cute. She's like a little astronaut. So that's the main art for it. I'm thinking of creating like a pink and yellow line art version. And with that line art version, I want to create either a shirt or some kind of like apparel, maybe like a tank top, either that or a tote bag. But unfortunately, because I am broke, it could really only be one or the other for now. So, I mean, this is the line art. I've still gotta fix it up for print. But what do you guys think? Would you rather see this design? And there's gonna be a bit of text under. There's gonna be a bit of text underneath it too. But would you guys rather see this design on a shirt or a tote bag? And it would be pink and yellow. So yeah, let me know what you guys think would be better for that design, because I, for the life of me, cannot make a decision. since I've done like a small handful of markets, I guess give some advice based off of some of the experiences that I've had doing markets or like going into markets as a small artist. So, from what I've gathered, there are sort of three types of markets. So you've got your artist or event markets, which are markets that are sort of more like special occasions or mini artist run markets. Like they're connected to some kind of event or they have some kind of reason for being run. And then there are conventions, which I haven't done yet. So stuff like Smash here in Australia or Incub8er over in the States, stuff like that. And then last sort of type of market is local markets. Those are the type of markets that are like recurring markets that happen within certain suburbs. So I've done local markets and I have done special event artist markets. So I haven't done conventions yet, but I do plan to do a lot more next year. I think because they are centered more around like pop culture and stuff like comics or anime and manga, you'd probably be better off having some fan art handy, which is why right now I'm trying to pump out as much fan art as I can. So sort of like in preparation for all the conventions that usually happen towards the beginning of the year. So that's what I'm doing right now. Whereas with stuff like special events or artist run markets, I find that original artwork is definitely the way to go. So that's something to keep in mind. I guess when you're preparing for a market or applying for a market, kind of consider like exactly what you're offering. Kind of consider like what type of market it is and try to showcase or send them works that are relevant to that specific type, if that makes sense. So for example, when I apply to cons next year, my goal is going to be showing off my fan art. Whereas with stuff like Mellow or even the Granny Smith Festival, I tried to show off more of my original artwork and original products that I've created. So that's something to keep in mind when you're applying or considering what type of market you want to apply to. On that note, I will say that local markets, I think it's fine to show sort of a variety of different things. Fan art, original work, whatever is fine. But I think one thing to note with local markets is to manage your expectations a bit. Because I did find that I was making a lot less money at local markets as opposed to special events, just because the audience is very different. So at special events, usually the audience is there for you. They're there for artists, they're there to buy things, you know, whereas with local markets, it's more like a shopping center kind of vibe where you get a lot of people window shopping, just a lot of people just kind of wandering around for the vibe, for the food. So that was one thing that I had to learn to do, is to just manage my expectations and don't get sad or discouraged if you don't make as much money at a local market. I guess the way my boyfriend told me to see it is paying for a local market table is kind of more like paying for exposure, for putting yourself out there and letting yourself be known by the community. I did meet quite a few people who were interested in my art at the two local markets that I've done. And I had some cool conversations, so don't be discouraged because you will still meet lovely people. One thing that I have learned, if you're getting into your first market, my advice is to prep as soon as you can. So as soon as you got that application, start writing out a checklist of all the things you need to do and kind of just slowly make your way through it so that you're not, you know, rushing last minute. I need to find this, I need to do that, I still need to print this out, I still need to do that. And obviously there are gonna be things that pop up like super last minute, but if you've kind of got a list of things to do and you're slowly checking them off one by one, at least you won't have too many things to worry about last minute. And I mean, honestly, once you've sort of prepped for your first market and you've done all of that initial stuff, gathering your equipment, your products and all that jazz, you're kind of set for the next few markets, so you don't really have to worry too much about having to, you know, get everything all ready again because you're all done. I will say one thing that you should sort of try your best to do is to keep on top of your stock management. I try to do a little stock take, so like counting all of my individual products by hand, and then updating everything on my Square and Etsy, just so I can keep track of, you know, anything that might be running low, what's popular, what's not doing so hot. I think that's super important to do also in between markets when you have some downtime. I think another thing too is when you are sort of figuring out your setup and changing things around and all that jazz, don't be afraid to take inspiration from other artists. I did a lot of Googling. I did a lot of Insta stalking. So yeah, don't be afraid. You know, a lot of people have really good ideas. There are so many cool TikToks of like market display hacks and stuff that are super cool that you can just find. I mean, maybe if you're ever at a convention, don't be afraid to go up to an artist and just ask them, hey, I really like your stall. Is it okay if I take a picture just for inspiration? Don't be shy. I think those are the main things that I've learned from doing markets this year. But definitely in the future, once I've done a lot more and I've got a lot more experience and I've got a super cool, sick setup, I definitely want to do like a really in-depth video on preparing for markets and, you know, tips and tricks, what to expect and stuff. So in the future, I definitely want to do that. But for now, I hope these tiny little tips help you. And yeah, hope you enjoyed my little yap. Hee hee.